everyone, it's Louise with Louise with DecoArt, and I am going to do a cloud pearl pour on a larger canvas today in a similar fashion to the last pour I made. I want to see if I can make it on a larger scale. So with everything, I prepped the canvas with a little artist Loft, put it on the corners, the edges, to give the paint something to adhere to. And this is not level. Okay. I want to take a second here to thank all of the new subscribers for joining, and once again tell my appreciation to the people that have been here a while. Really, you have no idea how reassuring it is for me personally to know that, you know, people find what I do worthwhile taking a look at, if only from the learning perspective. That's the biggest compliment. So I appreciate everybody, and thank you for giving me your time, because I know there's very little time extra. So there's the base cover, and put a little extra down here. Okay, so let's get going. I put down my base. Actually, I'll be back with the base because you don't need to see me put this down. I'll be back in a second. So with the base down, I'm going to double time through the layering of colors. And the first color I put down is Amsterdam's Violet combined with Golden's Quinacridone Magenta. The next color I lay down is, once I get done having fun with the magenta, next color is going to be Golden's Iridescent Bronze. And one thing I'll point out real quick here is going from a smaller canvas to a larger one, I wasn't sure how much paint to put down. So on this one I put a lot of paint, and I might have put even too much when it was all said and done. So this gold is a combination of three: 24 karat, the Golden's Iridescent, and also the Modern Masters gold. Yeah, I wasn't sure how much paint, so I went a little crazy. This here is Golden's Carbon Black, which has really become quite a favorite of mine during these last couple pours. And this next color is Golden's Burnt Sienna combined with my Quinacridone Nicolazo Gold. And last but not least, here is my Modern Masters Pearl, another one of my favorites, with a little bit of Titanium White by Amsterdam to give it a little more opacity. May the painting spirits be with me today. Oh, I'm gonna flame it. Let me give it a torch real quick. And then we'll give it a tilt. All right, folks, now for the tilting portion, I'm going to double time through this as well, because you can see pretty well what I'm doing until I tilt the canvas toward me, and then you can't see anything except for the back of the canvas. And I apologize for that, but it is what it is. There's only so much camera angle we have here. So once again, mostly hard tilt, and I'm mostly going toward me and then away from me. Now, during this, I am wondering, how much should I tilt off on the first direction? Because when I get ready to go the second direction, which is now, the paint is moving so slow, it's like a torturous effort to get it to the bottom. And I know you want to tilt off a lot of paint doing the cloud pearl pour, but you have to not tilt off so much in one direction that you don't have enough to get to the other side or other sides. So that's a concern as I'm doing this. And on the second tilt here, I'm doing, of course, a 180, very hard tilt, and then I'm going to come back going in the other direction to try to, you know, stimulate the pearls coming up on the edges. And I'll be quiet for now because you can see what's going on. gold played very differently this time. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Playtime, playtime. Wow, where are the pearls? So I don't think I've mentioned this in prior videos, but one thing I do find is that when I do lay a little strip of paint down with the palette knife and then go over it with the straw, it spreads it out for one thing, and it makes it a little more organic looking, like it was always there to begin with, which is always something that I'm striving for in these paintings. This is really interesting. These colors just work so nicely together. I love this black. Black is awesome. So pretty. Now, black can be pretty. Still looking for my pearls, folks. Where's my pearls? There's some interesting stuff under here. So I'm just basically using the straw as a artist's brush. I mean, really. Can you move paint around with it? If you've been watching me lately, you know, there's some pieces that look like it's calling for this straw. And earlier, a few videos ago, there was a piece or a couple pieces that didn't call for the straw. And it's just amazing how it just seems to call one way or the other. So folks, this is where we are. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's kind of cool. Whole different way to play with the pearl pour for me. I've never just laid down the colors like that, just kind of randomly. Then of course after you're done, you clean up all your edges so that the paint stops pulling from the sides. So if you don't clean up your edges, what's going to happen here is the paint's going to pull down the sides and it's going to distort what you've got. So the way you stop it is you just basically run your finger underneath, get all the extra paint off, and that'll stop the tendency of the paint to pull down the sides. You gotta be careful, you don't want to put your fingers over the top of the canvas and drip on it. So always be aware where your hands are in relationship to your canvas as you're doing this. I think everybody's probably done it at least once. You have a nice composition, a nice painting, and whoa, what did I just do? And you drop your paint or a wet finger onto it. So that's it, folks.